It is business as usual. Susanna Toppany, first line center with Hillary Knight. On the other side, New York's starting lineup will look a little bit different. That top line is without Alex Carpenter. So you heard Gigi say it in the open. Sarah Fillier moves from wing to center. Watch her speed working through the neutral zone alongside Toulouche and Eldridge. Schroeder's been awesome. Third in the league in goals against average. Second in save percentage. She has the most shutouts in the league with 2. And Erin Frankel crossed the millennium mark with over 1,000 saves in her career. 6-3-1 record at .206 goals against average. 4th in the league in goals against average and tied for second in wins with her opposing goalie in Corrine Schroeder. It'll be Gabby Rosenthal to take the opening face-off, the second line of forwards out there for the Sirens, and we're underway. These two teams met on January 31st, the last game before they went on the international break, which just wrapped up, and they pick up the next portion of the season with a meeting against one another. Here's Levis trying to pull it in, and she's shoved off by Sydney Bard.
Yeah, one thing Abby Rock is so good at is those little drop passes, cross eyes. Look for that as she's playing on left wing today.
New York has been very solid defensively. They have 3 of the 4 shutouts in the league and 9 goals by defenders. They're tied for the league lead in scoring defense, allowing just over 2 goals a game. Boston on the other side averages 2.3 goals per game, but they've had trouble scoring on the road. Schaffsall shoots, and a pad save by Schroeder. The Fleet have averaged just under 2 goals a game on the road, and they have yet to pick up a regulation win away from their home arena at the Tsongas Center. This one bounces out to Frankel. Doesn't want to cover it up. Leaves it for Sid Morin. Boston in their road whites with the green lettering, and New York in their signature home teal with the navy blue shoulder pads and the yellow trim. Boston won 3-2 in their last meeting in the shootout. Erin Frankel shut the door on all 4 shootout goals that she faced. Boston netted 2, thanks to Alina Mueller and Hillary Knight, to lock up the extra point. Olivia Knowles gets her first touch of the puck. She is in the starting lineup as well today, with Brooke Hobson being out due to injury. Hobson, one of the top defenders on this New York team that has some depth, and now Knowles suits up for tonight's game. Agia gains the zone, working left side, and a glove save by Schroeder.
Haven't scored a goal in 5 games, and it'll be interesting to see who's going to be on that top unit with Hannah Vilka out injured.
Vilka is such a key contributor on the power play as well. 2 power play goals, 3 power play assists for the rookie out of Ohio State by way of Boston College. This one takes a redirection in on Schroeder. No trouble there. Toppany digs it out of the corner to Schaffsall to Greco. Greco throwing it down toward the left wing circle. Intercepted by Rosenthal. Rosenthal has numbers. Gains the zone. Dishes off to her left. Rock shoots. Rebound chance. And it goes wide. Allie Simpson back to pick it up on the best chance so far. All set up by Gabby Rosenthal, the second line center, who has 2 points this year. She's also an Ohio State grad, spent her 5th and final year of college hockey with the Buckeyes. Won a national championship in 2022 as well. Boston now setting up. This is Peshova in front. And Brandt lost an edge. It's flicked out by Knowles. Kept in by Rattray. Rattray had a drift off her stick. And now Toulouche out to Eldridge. Eldridge tries to get past a defender. And quickly swung along the boards by Boston and past Bourbonnais.
Eldridge, such a sneaky player. I love that. Faked like she was going outside wide, but instead used her backhand, drag it across the body of Peshova, and almost got away with it.
Shirley now. Shirley looking to feed. And it's a nice stick by Jaguar. Micah Zandy Hart now. Plays it to Fillier, who flips it past the red line. Jaguar, right side. Jaguar, feed! And it ran into some legs of the Fleet. Harchie had the chance on the left side. Be interesting to see how these two teams get their legs under them after coming back from the first of 2 international breaks, GG. We had the Canada-US Rivalry Series, also the Euro Cup and Olympic qualifiers for teams like Germany, Sweden, and Japan. So now the team back. Not a lot of time to practice ahead of this Wednesday game.
Right, and a lot of travel, keep in mind. Cross-country travel, but also, as you mentioned, the Europeans traveling overseas to compete. And so I think if you're having heavy legs, just be able to skate through it and get in the action early.
Frankel covers up on a funky bounce. Greg Fargo told us before the game he wants to see more O-zone time, and a big part of that is clean exits out of their D-zone. Rock will take the face-off here. First in the league in face-off percentage with a minimum of 100 face-off attempts. 64.2% for Rock. Fight for it in the corner. It's Rosenthal who comes away with it. Rosenthal putting her fingerprints on this game early as Rock has a chance. Rock fakes the shot, comes in close, feeds it across the crease, but nobody home. Moving up now, shot pad, save Frankel. Levis picks it up, and the Sirens will get a couple more kicks at the can here. This is Shelton. Shelton's been on a roll, 4-game point streak. And 8 points on the year for the first-round pick in the 2023 draft. 4th pick overall out of the PWHPA. Rock comes away with it. Nice pass and another save, Frankel. It was Fillier that time. Fillier still with the puck. Fillier moving and lost it there. Drifts along the blue line. Fillier serves it behind to Bourbonnais. Bourbonnais looking for a redirection, and Eldridge got her stick on it, but it goes behind goal. Eldridge now. Nice pass. Fillier shoots. This one's wide. Most sustained O-zone time we've seen for either side. Eldridge down low. Just misses Nyland Person, who picks it up and spins back toward the sideboard. Zandy Hart snaps a shot, and Frankel makes the save through traffic. Nice pace to this one through the first 7 minutes. No score from the Rock. The Fleet and the Sirens here at the Rock as the Sirens hope to rock the Fleet. We now send it back down to the 3rd member of our team, Julie Stewart-Binks. Julie, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great, Dave. And I was speaking with Alice Shelton before the game. She said she's noticed this rivalry really starting to come on. She called it super physical, competitive, and said that the Sirens know how well Boston did last year. She said that's really lit a fire underneath them. Megan Keller said that this is a rite of passage to be a rivalry team against the New York squad for Boston. She said, we want them to fear touching the puck.
Certainly want to impose that physicality. Both of these teams have had that message stressed by their head coach. Had a great chance right off the faceoff win by Fillier, almost connected with Toulouche.
Fillier is so dangerous. She lines up as a center and pulls it through.
Taken away, and a pad save by Schroeder. Nice look for Shea Maloney. Coming around now, Sophie Shirley fires one off of the pad once again.
It's good to see Alina Mueller again continuing her hot streak. That was a great shift by her, Soph Shirley, and Shea Maloney, and you want to see that continue to build. It only provide more success for Boston.
Mueller has a 4-game point streak of her own. Had just 1 point through the first 9 games and has been on fire lately. Jaguar tried to get a shot off. Couldn't quite do it. And we have a penalty here. Boarding is the call. And after 30 penalty minutes in their last meeting, New York takes the first penalty of this one, sending Boston on the power play.
Jade Downey-Landry coming in for the puck. Jill Saulnier to her. And so, obviously, if you're seeing the numbers, you don't want to engage in that. That'll be a quick trip to the box for Jade Downey-Landry.
Downey-Landry now with 14 penalty minutes on her season. This is a recap of the last meeting between these two. Call is boarding at 8:05. Downey-Landry was 5th in the league in penalty minutes heading into this one. Good news for New York is they have a stellar penalty kill. First in the league at over 90%. They've only allowed 3 power play goals against them. Here's a chance for a shorty. Jaguar, can she haul it in? Trying to swerve back, but great recovery by Megan Keller. This power play is brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towels. Power through tough messes. Gigi, we were curious how the first line of the power play would look with no Hannah Bilka. Right now it's Mueller, Knight, Toppany, Keller, and Morin.
Shea Maloney she's had increased minutes the past 4 games by 3 or 4, and her play has been elevated, so she's getting rewarded, it looks like, for that top spot in place of number 19 Hannah Bilka on the power play.
Maloney spent her grad season at Quinnipiac after a 4-year career with the Brown Bears. This is a little bit more on New York's penalty kill. They've only allowed 1 power play goal against them here at home. Killing 32 of 35 penalties. Toppany, far side boards, plays it off to herself. But a nice job by Person, took a funky bounce. Billier slams it along and kept in by Keller. Keller has 4 power play assists on the year. She has it, right wing circle, puts on the brakes as Zandy Hart threw it in front of her. Maloney past the end line, off of the boards and out of the zone. 10 seconds left on the power play. Morin will just throw it in. And this New York kill continues to excel. 33 of 36 on the year. No shots on the power play for Boston. Rattray to Peshova, blocked. Nice job by Harchie. Here's Downey-Landry after her penalty. Goes off of a leg and comes back.
And I know that rush didn't materialize into much, but that's the quick transition we talk about. Jaguar got the puck in the neutral zone, knew exactly where she was going to go with it, and they've got to look the opposite way.
Jillian Dempsey on the ice now after signing that 10-day contract from Winthrop, Mass. Spent last season with Montreal. 4 points. As Brown throws it across, and now Agia is deep in the corner. Dempsey also played in the PHF with the Boston Pride. 8 years with that team and a 6-time captain. Head coach Courtney Kessel called her the pride of Boston. She said she's Boston through and through, and that she was looking forward to wearing this jersey in the PWHL. Allie Simpson, after her first career goal a couple times back against Montreal. Bourbonnais and Rosenthal. Rosenthal runs into Maloney, though. Shot 7-5 in favor of New York. They had a stretch of 6 straight shots earlier in the period. Nice job by Levis with the active stick. Now Rock. Rock double teamed. Throws it across to Rosenthal. Now Rock. Moves it past Keller. Zandy Hart has it flick up high and off the end glass. Levis throws it by the post. Active stick from Frankel. Now Fillier. Fillier dishes it off to Nyland Person. Fake shoots and a save by Frankel. Stop the rebound chance as well.
Such a beautiful move by Nyland Person, and just coming back, playing for Team Sweden, got a couple assists in her games to qualify for the Olympics, and such a beautiful just drag move.
Nyland Person and Boston Fleet's Emma Soderberg on that Sweden team. As Knight fires and it goes high and wide. DiGirolamo gets it back to Knight. Toppany spinning around, just lost it. And Fillier lays a hit on afterwards. Here's Eldridge. Eldridge with space. Jesse Eldridge. Backhand shot. Frankel makes the stop. Another chance down low. Bounces off the end boards. And DiGirolamo plays it off the glass. This will be icing.
Jesse Eldridge turns on the Jets. And look at this save by Erin Frankel. Full extension, moves her blocker over as she's falling down and able to push the puck into the corner. And their defensemen are pitching a little bit too aggressively, and that's causing some odd player chances the other way for New York Sirens, who have done an excellent job capitalizing on that. But a couple miscues on the blue line for the Fleet. If they can clean that up, they'll be able to stop seeing some of those offensive chances.
I think Frankel might have even made that stop with the heel of her stick. Able to just keep it up and stop the elevated backhand chance from Jesse Eldridge, who was looking for her 5th of the year. This one takes a redirection, and Frankel is once again ready for it. We asked head coach Courtney Kessel, what's one thing that maybe you know about Erin Frankel now that you didn't when you took over as head coach? And she used the word consistency multiple times. Says she never gets too high, never gets too low. But she's always ready to battle and compete. And that makes her teammates ready to do the same for her. Knowles throws it to Downey Landry. Turned back by Saulnier. Saulnier started the year on this New York team, came over in a trade that we'll talk about a little later. End over end puck. Lands in the neutral zone and is picked up by the captain, Micah Zandy Hart. Rattray jars it loose. Jamie Lee Rattray was on Team Canada for that rivalry series.
She's had a strong start to this game. Both her and Saulnier had 2 chances in their first 2 shifts, and she's someone I look to hopefully get her point productions going. She's such a great player, brings a lot of energy to her team, and does the right things, and has the ability to score. Just hasn't been able to find the back of the net as often this year yet. Just
1 goal this year after 3 last season. Also played in the IIHF World Championships. Last year with Team Canada, had 2 assists in 7 games there. Rattray, one of the alternate captains for Boston for the 2nd straight year. Nice move by Keller, who also wears the A on her shoulder. We have gone about 6 minutes with the only stoppage being for icing. As this game continues to rip on. Toppany tonight. Oh, it goes just high. Schroeder might have got a piece with her stick. Beautiful feed from Toppany. These goalies have been as advertised.
Such a good look, a 2-on-1. Look at that sauce pass. It looks like from Toppany over to Hillary Knight, who drives the net.
Head coach Greg Fargo was a goalie himself at Elmira College. Set the school record for saves with over 2,500. But he said that when he coaches that group, he mainly just stays out of their way. That they are very tight as a group, and they also have a goalie coach in Gord Woodhall, who Coach Fargo says does a fantastic job with Schroeder, the rookie, Kaylee Osborne, and Abby Levy. Levis now gains the zone with space. This one's over to Frankel, who slaps it aside with the stick. Boston trying to move out the other way. Pelkey on the outside. Pelkey moving in. And it goes across past Dempsey. Fourth line out there for Boston. In front, loose. Schroeder didn't come to her. Puck bounced around into the near side boards. Less than 3 minutes to go in this first period.
You got to see a little bit of that energy that Jillian Dempsey brings. She's always known, she played at Harvard. They're known for the mid-lane drive, and she just goes all out, such a great worker.
Here's a chance for Giguère. She shoots, and Frankel makes another stop. Elizabeth Giguère with the second breakaway of the game for the Sirens, but Erin Frankel has been up to the task. What else is new? Frankel with a lights-out save.
Scoreless between Boston and New York as time winding down in the first period. I'm now joined by Fleet head coach Courtney Kessel, and we've seen it's almost the first period gone down so far, but how would you evaluate your team?
I think we need a little bit more sustained offense. I think, we're in the offensive zone, but we're changing. We're not continuing on offense, so I think we need a little bit more sustained pressure.
Thanks so much.
And part of that is just having smart changes. Instead of having 4 players leave the ice a couple times, we've seen that where the New York Sirens are able to break out because it's a 5-on-1 essentially. Have players stay on the ice a little bit longer and take away the far side to allow their players to come up.
Keller home run pass to Rattray, who gets past Ella Shelton. Now the puck bounces around in the right wing circle. Back to Bard, who keeps it in. Bard throws it off of Rock. We've had 21 shots on goal in this game and just 1 block shot by New York. So these teams able to generate chances, a lot of back and forth play. Without many whistles, only have had 1 penalty so far. And New York's kill was up to the task once again. Here's Mueller getting crafty with it. Taken away by Zandy Hart. Giguère on the left side. Has Morin in front of her. And throws it out of trouble. Bourbonnais working in. Nice pass. But Giguère couldn't do much with it. Just over 1 minute left in the period. With the Olympian Gigi Marvin, I'm David Korzanowski. Julie Stewart-Binks is reporting rinkside. Stepping up now, Rosenthal. Rosenthal all alone in the O-zone, surrounded by white sweaters, and Brown's able to take it away. Brown scored her first goal in a 4-1 win at home against Toronto. Here's Knight. Knight moving through, trying to get between the circles, and Hartshee now has it. Knight always a threat to shoot. Third in the league in shots heading into this one with 48. Knight now has it on the right side to Toppany. Toppany, backhand, and Schroeder swallows it up.
I think Erin Frankel saves on the breakaways. Right. I think that it has been back and forth, but definitely with the ill-advised pinches by the Boston Fleet, New York Sirens have been able to go on attack.
Face-off win by Knight, trying to find some space. She shoots it, scores! Hillary Knight, sniper watch, with less than 5 seconds to go in the first.
And this is what you dream of. Win the face-off, come around the top, and score a goal with less than 10 seconds to go in the period. Hillary Knight is such a sharp shooter. And look at the patience, the poise she has. She could have gone backdoor as 2 New York defenders are kind of converging on her, but it's just beautiful release, too, from Hillary.
I think that's what you call nothing but net. That went right past Schroeder and into the twine. Their last matchup, the Sirens came storming back and they needed a shootout. It's Boston on top after 20 minutes here tonight. We'll be back with intermission coverage from the Rock. They're watching PWHL Hockey. Welcome back Inside the Rock with the Olympian Gigi Marvin. I'm David Korsenowski. Here are the numbers from that first period. Shots on goal even. Boston had the only power play of the first.
There's not a lot to change. They just want to keep doing a lot of the little things right, which is, of course, getting pucks in deep, but they like that they had them running around in their own zone. I asked, how do you solve Erin Frankel? And they said, you just have to be able to bounce on or get on those rebounds because she gives them up.
She certainly does, and we have an early penalty here in this second period. It's going to be a hooking call against Megan Keller. Saw Jade Downey-Landry take a penalty, and now Keller, who is tied for 7th in the league in penalty minutes heading into this one, will sit for 2 minutes. This power play is brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towels. Gigi, it's always notable when Megan Keller takes a penalty because she's one of the best defenders, if not the best defender on this Boston team.
Such an intelligent player. Her stick and her body, her stick feels like it's 10 feet long when you're playing against her. And so she disrupts a lot of passes, especially cross-ice backdoor against these New York Sirens. And so it's a big loss to have her sitting in the bench if you're a Fleet fan.
New York's power play has converted just over 20% this year. 10 power play goals and 3rd in the league in percentage. Only 2 power play goals here at home, though. 2 for 22 at the Rock. Boston's penalty kill is 2nd in the league, behind only New York. They've killed just under 89% of opponents' penalties. Here's a chance, cutting it back in. Rattray couldn't get a shot on goal. Shorthanded opportunity for the Fleet that have just one shorty this season. Already more than a minute gone by on New York's first power play of the game. Bourbonnais, right wing circle, shoots. Hit off of the pad, rebound chance, steered wide. Came all the way out to El Harchi, who let it rip. Rock to Harchi in the corner. That puck up on its end. Now Rock has it. Rock circles back away from Peyshova. Bourbonnais at the blue line. 13 seconds left on the power play. And a blocked shot brings it out to Brandt at the red line. They will send it in, and that will do it for the first New York power play. Both teams dropped to 0 for 1 on the evening. Hammered in, and Frankel will let it go off the back of her glove and harmlessly to the ice. Gigi, we heard what New York head coach Greg Fargo thinks about ways to beat Frankel with the rebound chances. What would you say? What are some ways that you can get him past 31 and white?
Well, there are not too many, but which is why she's one of the best in the world. But I think New York has tried to go laterally and move her east to west. I think try top shelf, shoot top shelf, and see what you're going to get.
Simpson. This one flutters into Emily Brown. And Alina Mueller breaks it out to Shirley. Shirley takes a hit from Simpson. Awkward collision into the boards. They play on. Here's Saulnier. Saulnier tries the wraparound, but Schroeder shut the door. Nice pass to the slot. This one bounces up and high off of the stick of Hilary Knight. Great feed by Megan Keller. Saulnier down low. Shea Maloney out there with Hilary Knight. Knight credited with the assist after we thought she scored off of a face-off play. Bard comes in, backhand shot. She goes flying and the puck stays out. Knight now snaps it. And it's blocked by Fecto into Schroeder, who covers up. The New York Sirens will be back at the Prudential Center for 2 games on February 17th and 19th on Monday at 4 p.m. Join the Sirens for Kids Day. Celebrate the holiday and the next generation of hockey players. Tickets and group experiences are available.
Sydney Bard, power move. You see how she extends her legs to cut into the slot and take a shot? And Schroeder just standing tall back there, keeping her team only down 1.
Lauren throws it in. Gigi, you look at a play like that from Bard, and when you're going in between the circles, net front, it's got to take some guts, right, to get in there and know that you're probably going to take a hit or two on your way to goal.
100%. It's like how they talk about when wide receivers cut to the middle of the field. They know they're going to get nailed, but are they courageous enough to do that? And same with Sydney Bard. She could have easily taken the puck behind the net, but that's not where the best chance to score is, and she did a great job. And she got nailed, too. But it looks like she's moved Shassel to Hannah Brandt's line and put Saulnier up with Tapani. And remember, Saulnier is the one who came over in the trade with Taylor Girard, and she's played outstanding since she's been acquired by Boston. And you like to see that when people get moved from team to team, that they can settle in and jive well with their new teammates and play extremely confident.
Bard now coming in after a great chance a couple minutes ago. Knight snaps a shot. It's blocked. Keller moving on the right point. We've had 5 blocks here in this second period in just the first 6 minutes. Only had 2 blocks in the first period. Keller with space. Keller shoots, and Schroeder makes the stop. Be careful when you give Megan Keller that kind of space. Can really let it rip from the point. That time she got loose on the left side. Knight gets it along to Agia. Agia moves in. It's deflected high and into the netting. We'll step aside with 13:04 left in period number 2. That late goal in the first, still the difference.
Now we've seen her on the top line with Hillary Knight and Tapani, but I was able to talk to Taylor Girard before the game tonight, and she said she has felt so welcomed by the team, and she's a player that, I mean, first of all, I'm just happy for that. It's so good to see a team embrace new players mid-season. It's challenging to step into a new group, but she's loved it, and she's such a strong player. I told her I'm happy for her to get this opportunity and get some more minutes, and because she's a dominant player. She's great on the penalty kill, and she's such a strong skater.
Girard playing on the 4th line for New York tonight. Saulnier on the 3rd for Boston. Saulnier, an Olympic gold medalist, as this one is sent in by Bourbonnais, and Keller has it the other way for the Fleet. When she came over, Coach Courtney Kessel told us that Saulnier brings a ton of experience to this team, and we can rest on that international playing experience as a shot comes in and off of the shoulder of Schroeder. She's fit right in on the Boston side. Dangerous cut in front of goal by Bourbonnais, but they're able to break it out of the zone. Levis one-on-one against Brown. Brown keeps that stick in, and Rock has it. Rock, cross-ice pass, shot, blocked. Another chance, and Frankel is there. Fillier with 1 shot blocked, 1 shot saved. As Frankel makes another great stop.
Again, New York doing a great job getting behind the defense of Boston. And look at this heads-up play by Abby Rock. Head up the whole time, feeds it to Fillier, who's so dangerous, comes off the bench, yelling wide open. See how she pivots and positions her stick and her body in order to surround the puck and get off a great shot off her right leg. As a shooter, it's one of the most dangerous spots to be in. The high slot, ripping it one-on-one with the goaltender.
Fillier was first in the league in points. Face off to the left of Schroeder is won by Boston. Peshova tries a shot, blocked well by Harchie. Harchie's gotten in a couple shooting lanes tonight. Boston looking to re-enter. Schaffsall the opposite way to Rattray. Downey Landry now takes some space. Downey Landry cross ice. Simpson back in front and just under the stick of Downey Landry. Archie looks to keep it in. Someone's all alone in front. Extra chance, and it's wide. Jaguar one-on-one in front of Frankel.
Wow, that was incredible. Looking at that, just a one-on-one. We just talked about Fillier having a one-on-one with Aaron Frankel. I mean, to have the time and space as Jaguar did, and Aaron Frankel, you saw her, she looks the poke check, pulls it back, and is still able to not go off balance and force the puck wide.
Jaguar went back and forth in front of Frankel, trying to throw her off, but Frankel able to steer this one wide off of the stick of the Patty Kazmaier winner,
And again,
Elizabeth Jaguar.
The defense have jumped and vacated that spot. All the D are up, and so wide open is Jaguar. Look at this. Erin Frankel pulls her stick back, looks to cover the slot, the 5-hole, and challenges her. I love this overhead look too. Doesn't bite by any of the stick handling movement, and it just follows it so well. I mean, what an outstanding athlete is Erin Frankel.
Frankel seems to be covering the entire goal right now. New York cannot get anything past her, even close range. They've had a couple breakaway chances, and Jaguar alone on the doorstep. Gigi, you've talked a couple times about Boston's D pinching. What are they doing? Are they trying to get into the neutral zone too quickly? Here's Eldridge, and it's taken away by the Fleet.
Yes, not only leaving their spots maybe a little too early, but in the neutral zone when the play is on New York's stick, they're trying to step up, then maybe misreading it a little bit too much instead of holding their gap and staying in their lane.
It's created some great chances for the Sirens, but Boston has not paid for it yet. Knight now. Knight drifting in. Bounces it toward herself. Leaves it behind. Morin shoots, and another save by Schroeder. Off the backside of goal, cutting in and turning up ice is Levis. Levis pushed off the puck. Great save by Schroeder on the other end. These goalies going save for save right now. Took a quick play off of a face-off with less than 10 seconds left in the first period to beat Schroeder. That's the only goal we have in this one. Susanna Toppany at 19:55. Schroeder made 35 saves in the 3-2 shootout loss to Boston right before the break. Stopped 2 of 4 shootout chances. The only players to beat her were Hillary Knight and Alina Mueller, a couple of the best in the league. Agia serves it up ahead nicely to Dempsey. Dempsey trying to get it back to her. Gerard out there. Talked about how she came over from Boston. She's wearing number 71 with the Sirens. Vespa. Undercut by Rattray, but New York still with it. This is Shelton. Saw a great feature on Ella Shelton during the first intermission from her family's farm up in Ontario. First round pick in 2023. And an Olympian herself, won a gold in 2022. Bourbonnais has some space. Looking for Downey Landry. And Bard gets wiped out heading into the corner. This will be a penalty on New York for taking down Sid Bard. Heading into the corner. It's a tripping call. And we will bring you Boston's power play when we return. Jamie Bourbonnais with a trip on Bard. Boston warming up after this.
Welcome back to the Rock. Boston still leading 1-0 over the New York Sirens. I'm now joined by Sirens head coach Greg Fargo. Your team has had strong offensive zone time. Now you're on the penalty kill. What do you want to see?
Yeah, we need another big kill. I liked our last one. We limited their chances, didn't let them set up much. So, we need more of that. We'll try and get into this.
Thanks so much.
Awesome.
That's a look at Jamie Bourbonnais in the box. And again, there's a no escape rule, which means they're left with the players who are on the ice. So one defenseman in the box. That means 3 forwards are killing to start this power play.
This power play is brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towels. Morin lets one rip. Knight tried to pass it along to Pelkey. Amanda Pelkey tried to get it to Keller, but they're able to poke it out of the zone. Nice job by Jaguar there. Boston experimenting with a couple different looks on the power play in the absence of Hannah Bilka, who was put on the long-term IR. Head coach Courtney Kessel told us before the game she's excited to see how this new unit looks with the tweaks that they've made. Admitted that they haven't had a ton of time to practice it with players coming back from international games on Sunday. Backhand pass, it's loose in front. Schroeder reaches out and covers it up. Little pushing and shoving after some of our first fireworks of the night.
Sid Morin goes across to Keller, and Hillary Knight, so dangerous in that, or in the high slot, kind of the bumper position, but also moves outward to kind of take away the eyes of the goalie into the high slot. But she has an insane shot, so watch for her to shoot it, but also pay attention to the backdoor player, which is Amanda Pelkey. So smooth of a skater. She can sneak in sometimes and catch the goaltender and the opponents off guard.
Boston had no shots in their first power play. They win the face-off here. Knight drops it down low for Toppany. Toppany back to Keller. Morin with Rock in front of her. Finds Pelkey, back to Morin, and it bounces over her stick. Just over 45 seconds left on the Boston power play. Big hit by Rock. Rock trying to pick up the puck after it, but Keller's there to help out. Keller to Knight. Knight closed in on in the neutral zone. Mueller chasing. Knight now throws it in front. Hit a stick, but pulled back in by Hillary Knight. Knight swerving along the end line, all the way to the opposite corner. Softly back to Sydney Bard. Bard drew the penalty. A tripping call on Jamie Bourbonnais. Toppany can't get the puck out. Now she can. It bounces through, moving up Mueller. And it flies to the corner. Back to even strength. This New York penalty kill. 2 for 2 today. They've still only let up 3 power play goals all year. Shirley turns around and lets it rip high off of the glass. No shots on the last Boston power play. Agia loses an edge. Shirley now all alone, 1-on-5 in the O-zone. Shirley working through, and a save by Schroeder. Stick, shoulder. Schroeder able to flick that one up and behind goal. Boston now up to 20 shots on goal. Less than 5 minutes to go in this second period. This one comes all the way into Schroeder, who makes the stop. Rebound bouncing around, and Schroeder puts her glove right on top of it. No goals here in this second period. We've had tons of chances. 1-0 Fleet. Every single stop of the 9 in the PWHL Takeover Tour features a community engagement event. New York, only 1 goal scored in the second period in their last 8 games. They have yet to find the goal here tonight. Boston also has 9 of the last 10 shots, Gigi, over the last 12 minutes. They've been peppering Corrine Schroeder. Knight now throws it back in, and the bouncing puck goes over Saulnier's stick.
They've been playing well together. Better reads from the defense and knowing when to jump in, just like that play by Sid Bard. And smart plays net front, trying to get quick chances.
Saulnier tries a wraparound. Now Knight to Toppany. Schroeder diving over, but the puck flies out to the corner. Thrown in now. Schroeder swallows this one up from Keller. 3 more shots for Boston in the last minute since we come back from break.
Saulnier getting the puck as she's kind of getting hooked a little and tries to finish the wraparound, but it goes to Hillary Knight. The puck's just waiting there as Toppany can't quite get a hold of everything, but Schroeder is doing a great job with some pucks. There have been some loose pucks right in front of her, and they were able to have 15, 16 more seconds in the zone with a good chance in front of Schroeder.
Face off loose, and Agia slams it along the end boards to try to keep it in. Harchi sandwiched up against the near side boards, able to poke it out. Jaguar tries to work past DiGirolamo. Can New York set up some O-zone time here and give Corrine Schroeder a break? Not right now, as it comes back to the neutral zone and Bourbonnais. Downey Landry, far side, right wing circle, throws it in. Hit a redirection. And Jaguar backhands it. Now Simpson. Harchie has gotten dirty along the boards in this game. She's stood up now by DiGirolamo as Levis tries to fish it out. Here's Levis. Shelton trying to make a move to get past Pelkey. Pelkey pressuring her though. Boston stuck on the Sirens in the O-zone. Agia now. Shea Maloney will take the draw. 45.5 winning percentage at the faceoff dot this year. Just under 50 faceoff wins. Simpson. Frankel out from goal. Toulouche playing on the first line tonight alongside Fillier and Eldridge. And again, quickly poked away by Boston. Eldridge back to Fillier. Fillier tried to snap it back to Eldridge, but Maloney gets up there. New York with no shots on goal in the last 10 minutes. And we have another penalty here. This is going to be a cross-check going against Boston. It's Emily Brown who's the guilty party this time, and New York will get their second chance on the power play in this period.
Take a look. There's Emily Brown on the left side of your screen. Brown's the left-hander coming in on Fillier from behind, and Fillier kind of is about 2-3 feet off the boards, goes into it hard. So yeah, that's going to cause New York to go on their power play.
This power play is brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towels. New York with one shot on their first chance with the player advantage. Bourbonnais now playing catch with Nyland Person. Bourbonnais drops it down low to Harchie. Harchie out there with Rock as well as Toulouche. Nyland Person to Toulouche. Left wing circle, swerving around. She'll try a shot. Goes high and wide. Harchie tries to kick it away. Poked along by Rock and back to the point. Nyland Person. One goal on her season in her rookie year out of the SDHL, the Swedish Professional League. This shot, what a pad save by Frankel! Harchie sent it in. Now Bourbonnais, and Frankel somehow again makes the save through traffic. 1 minute to go in the period. There's a 5-second difference between the time left on the penalty and the period. So if New York's not able to score before the period ends, they'll have 5 seconds for whatever it's worth when we come out to start the third. Ever more important for New York to try to cash in here. Fillier tries to stand the puck up, and Rattray makes a nice play to shoot it down to the opposite corner.
Very smart. That's a veteran move right there. Usually people kind of panic and throw it up the wall right into pressure. Instead, she knew everyone was going to be on the wall. I'm going to put it up the middle of the ice, which normally people don't like throwing in the middle of the ice, but that's a perfect position to do it.
How are you taught to try to throw that puck out? Is it along the boards, or can you take those clears up the middle if you have the opportunity?
Well, if you're on your forehand, you want to rip it high and off the glass, but she was going in on her backhand, so she knew. She took a look over her shoulder, recognized that players were on the wall. Her backhand might not be strong enough to get it up the wall, so she went to the open area where no one was defending.
Rock looking to the slot, but nothing doing. In the second, Frankel has stopped all 17 shots that she's faced. Schroeder, 22 saves and 1 goal against. Stay here for intermission coverage from the Rock. When we return, it's Boston 1, New York 0 in this Rivalry series. Block shots 9-8 in favor of Boston as well, after we only had 2 blocks in the first period. Both teams 0 for 2 on the power play. New York will have 5 seconds left on the player advantage when we start this third. We kept saying to one another and to the coaches, and they said the same to us, it seems like just a matter of time. That roster is super talented. Natalie Spooner also back last night. She had an assist in her first game this season.
I mean, it's just incredible, isn't it? To have the kind of success already, your first time back on ice after an intense injury. And I mean, she must be feeling so thrilled and excited just to be back with the players and her teammates again and be able to do what she loves.
New York has had trouble scoring in the first and second periods in their last few games, including tonight. But the third period has been the best for the Sirens, +6 in the third. Coming in now, Rosenthal snaps a shot and it goes high. New York officially 0 for 2 on the power play now after Boston killed the last 5 seconds on the cross check. And immediately after, Emily Brown's going to go right back to the box. She just came out of the box and looks like she'll go 2 minutes for tripping.
Just a disappointing play if you're Emily Brown to have to go right back in the box, as you mentioned, and her stick got caught up as she's trying to play Toulouse. Toulouse had a beat on her, but it was almost a hook as well, kind of like arm wrapped up under her armpit. Her stick kind of pinned her up along the wall, and this is a huge opportunity for New York to be able to capitalize on this power play and get themselves back into this game.
All 3 Boston penalties have been on defenders. Megan Keller with the first and Emily Brown with one late in the second and early here in the third. Can New York try to cash in? This power play is brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towels. Pad saved by Frankel on the Shelton shot, and Boston has a quick clear. Nice job by Bard to fire it along the boards for another clear. 40 seconds off quickly on the Brown minor. Her second of the game. Fillier now drifting across the logo. Passes to Rock. Rock tries to snap it back, and Brandt is there immediately. Brandt's going to take some more seconds off and serve it over to Schaafsal. Schaafsal making things tough on the Sirens. New York a combined 0 for 2 with 3 total shots across their first 2 power plays. They have yet to get set up here on their third opportunity. Toulouse shoots, and a save by Frankel. Rebound from Bourbonnais is blocked, as Toulouse had a great look on that far side. Frankel makes a high save. Toulouse with the puck now. Nolina Mueller comes to pressure her. Now Nyland Person. And again, Boston clears, no problem. A clinical kill by Boston.
And part of the reason is New York was just, they weren't rimming the puck hard enough or putting them in spots away from Erin Frankel. All Erin did was skate out of her net, set the puck up for a defense player, and the defender just put the puck the length of the ice.
2 saves for Frankel on New York's advantage, and these teams are a combined 0 for 5 on the power play tonight. Rattray now looking for space. Rattray still with just 1 goal on her year. In front now. Smacked down by Brandt. We got a delayed penalty coming here. But Keller scores! Not many players in the league can shoot it like Megan Keller. She goes top corner.
What a beauty. Megan Keller with such a sick release. Awesome work. You see net front Jamie Lee Rattray just spinorama, backhand pass to Hannah Brandt, who's getting a call because she got hooked. As Keller drags and walks the line, she just has such great footwork. As she crosses under, comes across, no penalty called because obviously they scored on the goal. But excellent work for Hannah to fight through that. And Megan Keller just lets it rip. Look at that.
On a delayed penalty call, if the opposing team scores a goal, that penalty is not served for the 2 minutes. So Boston adds a second thanks to Megan Keller. New York first in the league in scoring by defenders with 9 goals heading into today. They are up 2-0 now on the Sirens with 16 minutes to go. But as we said at the top of the third, this New York team has been frisky in the final 20 minutes this season. Maloney loses an edge on the faceoff. Shelton makes a move. Nice shift by Maloney. Next up, New York will be at Place Bell in Montreal on Saturday before they're right back here against Boston on Monday. Here's Toulouche looking for space. She shoots. It goes low and wide. Villiers was there, and we have a whistle from behind the play. Have another penalty. Waiting for the call. It's Alina Mueller who will sit for 2 minutes with a hook.
But great work. I mean, we talked about how Sarah Fillier is going to be able to use her speed more now that she's playing center this game, and that provided to be a good draw of the penalty.
Boston cleared a lot on their last penalty kill, Gigi. What does New York have to do to try to keep ozone time here?
Be smart with where they put the puck and put numbers to the puck to recover it.
Rock trying to do just that. Bourbonnais barely keeps it in at the blue line. Gets it down to Rock. Rock backhand pass to Harchie. Harchie moving in, looking for Rock. Redirected. Oh, it goes wide. Toulouche, another grade A opportunity. New York still pressuring. Toulouche by the end line, gets it back from Nyland Person. Now trades spots with Bourbonnais, who shoots. And it's smacked down. Hit off Rock, and Tapani clears.
Those are great looks by New York, and they do such a good job up top. Their defender, Nyland Person, comes into the middle, takes away one of the penalty killers, and then there's a rotation up top to try to create space to get a shot on net. It's just they're so good moving without the puck.
Score not reflective of the chances tonight. New York has had plenty, and they've had a lot. Net front, a couple breakaway chances as well. Fillier in front, hits off of a stick, and Frankel makes another save on Rosenthal.
Archie with the puck on the far side. It's almost like a shot pass. And here comes Toulouche coming in and just can't get. I mean, it's hard for a right-hander when the puck comes to your left side of your body to be able to come and get that. But look at how Aaron Frankel pushes over so quickly.
This power play is brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towels. New York has had 2 power plays here in this third period. Just 20 seconds left on the Mueller minor for hooking. Zandy Hart. Fillier stood up at the blue line by Bard. And it's taken away by Keller, the most recent goal scorer. Keller has space. Keller gains the zone. Keller looking in front. Smacked away by Shelton. Shelton takes Saulnier down in the corner. 3-on-1 against their former teammate. New York, 3 shots in the most recent power play. They are 0 for 4 on the night with a combined 8 shots on the player advantage. Boston with a bit of a unique back-to-back. They'll be home on Sunday against Minnesota in that game we just referenced. Monday, they're back here. Don't see a ton of back-to-backs for the same team. But we are in a stretch of plenty of games over these next couple weeks across the league as Downey Landry's decked in the neutral zone. Boston turns up ice. Morin tries to sneak in and does. Bourbonnais meets her in the corner. Jaguar trying to get past Brown, tries to tuck it in between her legs, but Brown able to break it up. This is Kayla Vespa. Vespa playing in her 7th game of the year. Played in 23 games a season ago. She and Knowles dressing tonight. Knowles in the absence of Brooke Hobson. She and Alex Carpenter are out tonight due to injury. Carpenter's absence has led to a shakeup on the first line. Sarah Fillier playing center tonight alongside Nora Toulouche and Jessie Eldridge. Reaching out for it, Gerard just out of her reach. And Keller banks it off the boards to Saulnier. Goals in this one from Susanna Toppany at 19:57 of the first, and Megan Keller at 3:18 of the third. Erin Frankel has stopped all of the shots that she's faced, now up to 22 saves. Boston has taken the air out of this crowd here at the Rock as they look for their first regulation road win this season. Keller all alone. As her teammates go for a change, Keller's still with it. And Bourbonnais jars it loose to Rock. Rock goes cross ice to Eldridge. Eldridge takes a shoulder bump from Mueller. DiGirolamo picks it up. She will celebrate her 26th birthday tomorrow. DiGirolamo, a 6th round pick in 2023. Played in the PWHPA prior to the PWHL. Mueller serves it to Pejova. She shoots. It's deflected wide. DiGirolamo takes a hit from Downey Landry. Trying to duck under Shirley Simpson. Pejova shoots. Hits off of a stick. Bounces in. And comes out of trouble. This will be waved off for the icing. New York getting crunched along the boards now. Brandt and DiGirolamo there. And the shot saved by Frankel. Megan Keller assisted from Brandt and Rattray. Lets a rocket fly from the blue line. She doubles the Boston lead. They're up 2-0. 2-0 Boston with 9:57 to go here in the third. The Sirens and the Fleet will meet 3 times over the next 12 days. Frankel's made 23 stops tonight. Toppany will take this face-off against Rosenthal. Rosenthal wins the draw. Nyland Person. Going back to the left side now. Shelton shoots, and it runs into traffic. Harchie spins away. Has Morin on her back. Harchie to Rosenthal. Pushed up against the boards by Emma Greco. Greco, the extra defender here tonight for the Fleet. Jaguar intercepted. Tipped ahead by Knight. Knight has Saulnier to her left. Feeds Saulnier, and a save by Schroeder. Right pad save. Might have even been the skate of Corrine Schroeder to keep this 2-0. Quickly back in for Mueller. Mueller looking across to Maloney. New York has outshot Boston here in this third period, 6-1, now 6-2. Gigi, talk about a welcome back from the break. 4 games in less than a week.
It's a lot, but I can tell you there's going to be a lot of smiles on the players' faces because that's fun to compete. It's exciting, and it's just a matter of getting rest, being able to recover quickly after a game.
They'll have fun at Toronto as well. Toronto and Montreal have sold out a ton of games this year, as here's Fillier on the right side. She shoots, and Frankel makes the save. Attendance across the league is up 33% from the average last year through the first 43 games, so up until the break. Average attendance for the league was 7,272. I've also seen Boston sell out their most recent home game with just over 5,900 at the Tsongas Center. Agia plays this one with a high stick for a whistle.
Starting off strong this season. Last year was a little bit more of a challenge, and it's just so awesome. I mean, the pressure of the league starting is kind of on their shoulders and some of the other veteran players, but for them to kind of settle in and just play their game, do what they do best, and it's really fun to see the success across the board.
Yeah, Hilary Knight's already crossed her point total from a year ago. At her 12th point of the season tonight with her assist on the first goal. Had 11 points last year. And you bring up a great point with some first-year players like Sarah Fillier, tied for the league lead in points heading into tonight. Claire Thompson doesn't technically qualify as a rookie, but leading the league in assists for the Frost. She's been awesome in her first PWHL season. Sets us up for a great second half. Teams will break for the World Championships starting on April 2nd. The tournament itself will be April 9th to the 20th in Czechia, as this one comes all the way in from Shopsall and leaks past the goal line. The Fleet score! Rattray might have got her stick on it. Came off of Shopsall's from the left wing circle. Nonetheless, 3-0.
What a fun goal for Jamie Lee Rattray to score, and we talked about it earlier in the game, just her ability to produce. And here's an overhead look as it kind of rolls up off her. You see it in her skate, and Schroeder's trying to hold on to it, but it just goes right between the legs, it looks like, as the goalie stick kind of comes up, hits the toe. A couple New York defenders trying to clear the puck out. Oh yeah, it just goes right past.
Just my 2 cents. New York wins the face-off. Nyland Person along the near side boards now, as Boston has done well defensively, outshooting New York by 3. Aaron Frankel has been awesome between the pipes. What else is new? Made a couple breakaway stops early in this game, as this one goes across the blue paint. No shot on goal there, but a good chance for New York. Chance here. Another goal! Shea Maloney on the breakaway. Boston's added 3 here in the third.
Shea Maloney, just a great goal. You see her separation speed coming up here. And so Elizabeth Jaguar brings the puck out, can't finish. So look at this area pass by Alina Mueller, and a great mid-line drive as Shea Maloney gets the pass from Sophie Shirley and shoots far side. Just a great look of it again. And I mean, awesome job. This line has been so good. Shea Maloney has had extra minutes all season long, as she's improved, it seems like, every single game, and is just earning the trust of her teammates and her coaches to be on the ice for more minutes.
Boston has scored 3 goals. They have 8 different players with 1 point here tonight. Check that with the 4th. They will add Alina Mueller, Sophie Shirley, and of course Shea Maloney to that list. So 4 goals. and 10 players with a point tonight. Boston has tied their highest goal output of the year. They won 4-1 against Toronto back on January 22nd. Toppany now makes a nice move to lose Bourbonnais and takes some more time in this O-zone. Now moves it along to a G on the end boards. Bourbonnais gets there first. Talked about the Boston schedule. New York. We'll take a quick trip north of the border to Montreal and then be right back here. Same time, same place on Monday against the Fleet. Here's a chance for Dempsey. Dempsey in all alone. Tried to tuck it back. No shot for Dempsey's first game in a Fleet uniform. Boston looking to win their third in 3 meetings against the Sirens this year. With that, they would get or clinch at least a series split on the season. Every team plays the other 5 6 times each. Shopsall shoots, and a nice save by Schroeder. New York eagerly awaiting the return of Alex Carpenter, as she's missed her 2nd straight game here tonight. Brown now on the right point. Comes out to Bard. Bard looking to the slot, and Rattray shoved off the puck by Knowles. Shelton tries to throw it in front of goal. No dice. Be sure to tune in for the Takeover Tour game up in Edmonton on Sunday. A week from Sunday, these two teams will play in Buffalo. 4 games down on the 9-game Takeover Tour, and 2 coming over the next couple weeks. Boston now 1-12 away from a 4-0 win. Thrown in. This one goes past Schroeder. Might have made contact with it, but it stays out. Boston has added 3 goals here in this third period. Megan Keller at 3:18, Jamie Lee Rattray at 13:48, and Shea Maloney at 15:45. This one runs right into Gabby Rosenthal. Rosenthal out to Fillier. Fillier working on the left side, cuts it back in, shoots, dribbling puck, bounces wide, and Fillier is down with Mueller behind the play. Fillier still down on the ice. In a 4-0 Boston lead. Gigi, I saw the same thing you did. Fillier was trying to turn up ice at that blue line, and Mueller was there. Had her arms a bit elevated, but didn't seem like she was going in to lay the hit. New York certainly hoping that Sarah Fillier is okay. She went straight to the locker room, presumably to be evaluated for a possible injury. Harchie, net front, goes wide. Final 3 seconds. Thrown in wide, and Erin Frankel has her first shutout of the season and 2nd of her career. Her 7th win of the season and her first shutout. She was the star of the game tonight, Gigi.
She was outstanding. So fun to watch. Just a competitor. She had a couple breakaways she faced in the first period.
Thanks so much for joining us here at The Rock. Final score, Boston 4, New York 0. The next PWHL broadcast is tomorrow. Minnesota takes on Ottawa at 7 Eastern. Big thank you to our producer, Andy Bach, director Pete Toma, and my broadcast partner, Julie Stewart-Binks and Gigi Marvin. I'm David Korzenowski saying good night from New York.